Well, hello, my dear sisters and brothers of Our Lady of the Woods Parish here in Woodhaven, Michigan, and to all people of goodwill. You know what it is, Monday, the beginning of a new week, September 13th, 2021. So I gave two reflections for our staff today. Today is the feast day of St. John Chrysostom. He's known, the word Chrysostom means gold-tongued. So I even mentioned at Mass today, there are people in our lives that are gold-tongued. People who know how to say certain things and what to say. But we remember him, and he's the bishop and doctor of the church. He was around between 347 and 407 AD. And I just want to leave one quote with you from St. John Chrysostom, although he has a lot of them. But I like his words, what he says the following. When you are weary of praying and do not receive, consider how you often have heard a poor person calling and have not listened to him or her. Some words to think about. Of course, we also celebrated this last weekend, the 20th anniversary of 9/11, and I love this prayer of reflection on the 20th anniversary by Derek Weber. I found it on the Xavier University website. I just want to give a couple of the words there. He kept saying in his poem or his prayer, we remember, God of history and remembrance. We remember. We remember when the towers fell and the lives were lost. We remember the dust and the smoke, the despair and the grief. We remember that sense of vulnerability and shock. We remember the numbness that overwhelmed us as we watched our screens for hours and hours, waiting for an explanation and understanding that never came. We remember. I invite you to continue to have that as part of your heart, part of how you pulse your soul within our world today. Let's just continue to remember these moments. And it's not just about remembering. When we remember them before the Lord, it also requires a response on our part. So I hope that your remembrance of the 20th anniversary continues to be a catalyst for being what Jesus would ask of all of us, to be peacemakers. And so may we remember the souls from that 9/11 tragedy, the souls of all victims of violence, that we remember that it's not just about recalling their name or the incident, it's about also somehow transforming that moment into God's grace and God's kingdom. A few announcements. Tomorrow evening, of course, is the Mass of St. Timothy's in Trenton for the 4 priests of your family. We are the Downriver Vicariate, number 3, and there's 4 of us that will be installed as your pastor's administrator by Bishop Battersby. You're very welcome. It's at 7 p.m. at St. Timothy's with a social to follow. There will also be Mass, though, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., Tuesday, September 14th, for those who are not able to make it, or if you want to begin your day with Mass and end your day with Mass. What a beautiful thing to do. This coming weekend, Sunday, September 19th, is Catechetical Sunday. We certainly want to remember the catechist of our parish, those men and women who are giving their time, talent, and serving God in that very important ministry. Let us pray for our catechist. We thank God for them. Some of them have been doing it for a very long, committed time. Others are just beginning. So let's remember our catechists, because they're the ones who especially help our children and young people to catch their faith. We also remind you that the Adult Faith Formation Program will be beginning in October. We will put out kind of a handout, a brochure, this coming weekend in the church, but we'll also have it eventually on social media and, of course, in the bulletin, so that you'll be able to choose. There's some amazing classes or courses or seminars, whatever you want to call them, this year. Don't forget, our parish has 3 faith surge moments, and that's where we concentrate adult faith formation. So the first one, the first faith formation surge, is coming up October until about Advent. Then after Christmas, the second faith surge, right after Christmas till about Ash Wednesday. And of course, the third faith surge right after Easter until June. And of course, the dates are a little tentative, but please, there's some wonderful new courses, and I hope you'll enjoy them. Every one of us needs to continue to grow. Our Oktoberfest continues to get ready. This last weekend, if you were in the gathering space of the church, there were all these wonderful baskets that have been donated by parish organizations and parishioners themselves, and they will be wonderful, wonderful gifts. And so, you're invited and you're encouraged to buy the raffle tickets for the baskets and, of course, the parish raffle for Oktoberfest. We hope it'll be a wonderful celebration with good weather, and hopefully the pandemic protocols are all in place. We've been continuing as a parish through different moments of celebrating in our faith lives. We just had the funeral mass for Mr. Herb Vogel. We have another mass of remembrance this week for Olga Brushka, and Saturday for Carmen Attard. We also continue with baptism classes as we see these youngest babes coming into our faith formation family. This Sunday I saw the newest baby in the parish. I was just elated as we welcome in a special way Brooklyn Ray Van Ash. It's beautiful to see this little baby, and she'll be baptized soon. So it's a good sign. Our parish is still alive and well. There are moments of life. Let us continue to help be part of that life. I close with a moment, and I love this one because this probably applies to all of us. And here is this cartoon, and it's in heaven, and it looks like St. Peter's there with an angel, and there's all these other people who have gone up, and they have their halo and wings, and the words of the cartoon looks like St. Peter saying to a saint, "Well, most of the new arrivals seem incapable of conversation. They just stare at their hands in despair." I guess there may not be any cell phones or iPhones in heaven. Who knows? Do we become filled with despair when we can't use our iPhone? I know I get filled with despair if I lost my iPhone. I go, where is that? Oh my gosh, where is it? It's a thought. Priorities, values of God's kingdom. Have a beautiful day, beautiful week.